You know what nobody tells you about losing someone that's really close and special to you. And it's that the world doesn't stop. I mean, you kind of think it should, right? Like when something really big happens, like surely like everything will just pause for just a moment just to give you time to catch your breath, to kind of figure out what's going on. But the reality is it doesn't. Like the bills still show up, the laundry still piles up, and your kids, they still need dinner, they still need help with their homework. Even when you struggle to stand, you still have to hold up like the entire world on your shoulders. And when my wife left, I thought I had time. Time to figure it out, time to grieve, time to, just process. But that's not how the world works. I still had work. I still had a house to keep clean and maintain, a lawn that needed to be mowed, bills that needed to be paid. And I had my son who just was struggling, not just with his own stuff, but with the situation that we all just found ourselves in. And here I am, standing there in the middle of just all this chaos, thinking, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to feel the weight of this loss and all these emotions and simultaneously just hold everything together? But, it's funny. The reality is I never was, at least not at first. And in the beginning, like I'd forget things, like really big things. I forgot about a doctor's appointment. I forgot about a bill. I actually completely blanked on my sister's birthday. And it wasn't because I didn't care. It was just that my brain was so completely overloaded and full. And I felt like I was falling apart and failing at every single thing. But here's the thing, like once I opened up and once I actually started talking about it, I found out that there are so many people that are going through the exact same thing. Yeah, I met a woman who's older and her adult children who were in their 40s actually had to move back home to help her maintain the house because she couldn't even manage to do a load of laundry. And like I talked to another dad just like me his wife died very suddenly and he was left with 3 kids under 10. And he told me that at night he would stand in the kitchen just staring at an open refrigerator, just trying to remember if he even ate anything that day. And, another woman who's just went through a divorce, her heart was so completely shattered that she honestly didn't know if she was going to make it. And she almost didn't. The thing is, we all go through these feelings and maybe our situations are different and how we got there. But at the end of the day, the struggles are the same and we all feel like we're drowning. And the world just keeps moving. And we just can't keep up. And for me, it was in those moments that I realized I have to do something. I can't fall apart. I can't fall apart for my son. I can't fall apart for my house, my work. I got to keep moving. And that was when, for me, it just started very, very simply. And this isn't profound by any means, but I literally just made like a little chore chart for myself. And I said, okay, I'm going to take 20 minutes every day, just 5 days out of the week. And I'm just going to do this one little thing. Like Tuesdays, I'm going to clean the bathrooms. Wednesdays, I'm going to dust the house. Thursdays, I'm going to vacuum. And like literally, it just took me 20 minutes. And I didn't say I'm going to do it at this time. I just sat down and said, I'm going to do this. And it was amazing because like at the end of that first week, I was able to step back and look at what I had done and look at the house. And I felt like I'd actually accomplished something. Like the house was clean and it was an incredible relief for me to be able to sit on the couch and not see clutter and not see dirt on the floor and feel like I had a space just to take a moment to breathe without something staring me in the face going, do this now. And every single person that I've talked to has kind of said the same thing, that the pile of stuff, the mountain of things that they had was just so huge and so great. And it was nothing but just little things. Like the dishes in the sink or unopened mail on the counter or the laundry basket that just never, ever, ever seems to be empty. You know, it's those waves. They keep hitting you. They keep wearing you down day after day. They keep crashing into you. And eventually you just get tired. Tired of trying to swim, tired of trying to stay afloat. And inevitably, you start to sink. But anchors, they give you something to hold on to. They don't fix everything. They're not magic by any means, but they steady you long enough for you to catch your breath. And that's all that you need sometimes. Just a moment, a chance just to stop getting pounded by the waves. Just think of it like this, like you're a ship, right? And all around you, the ocean is just pummeling you. You're in the middle of a storm and waves are crashing into you from every direction. You're getting tossed around and honestly, you just aren't sure if you're gonna make it. What you need isn't the storm to calm down. That's not in your control. What you need is to stabilize your ship. If there's one thing that I learned when I was sailing, it's that a sailboat can tip over a lot further than you would think and never capsize. You could literally be hanging off the rail, your feet dangling over the water, but just a moment of relief from the waves and from the wind, and that ship can right itself again. And it doesn't put you back on course, and it doesn't keep you moving forward, but it gives you a moment to stop and think, what do I need to do right now just to stabilize myself? And if you're on that ship, the first thing you're gonna think is, I need to throw out an anchor. I need something to grab onto solid ground, to dig in and to hold me stable. That way, the storm can keep going on around me, but it's not knocking me off course. It's holding me right where I am. It's taking one thing off my plate and giving me time to think and to breathe, and in our case, grieve. And once we've had the chance to do that, we have the ability to start thinking clearly and start analyzing the situation we're in and process. And over time, we start to feel like we're not drowning anymore. And really, I just want you to know one thing. It's that you're not alone. I've been there and a lot of others have too. And if I could hand you one anchor to do right now, one thing to do today to help you get some stability in your life, I'm gonna give you this. Get out a piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it's the napkin or a back of a bill or scrap paper from your kid's homework, doesn't matter. Just write down everything that's just swirling around in your head, all the things that you have to do, the bills you have to pay, the appointments you have to make, the errands you have to run, the laundry, the dishes. Just write down as many things as you can in just 1 minute. Just take 1 minute and do that. And when it's done, look at that list real quick and just say, what are the 3 most important things on this list? And maybe it's take my kid to his doctor's appointment today, or pay that bill that's due tomorrow. Circle those items, just those 3, and do them. And just make an intention to do them. And I want you to, when you do them, I want you to scratch it off the list. Like, not just put a line through it, but like scratch right through that paper as hard as you can. And celebrate the fact that you did that it was a win, that it was something off your plate and off your list. Just 3 simple things. It doesn't have to be big things. It can be small things. And make it a ritual. Like, make it a routine. Do that in the morning when your coffee is brewing. You've got a couple minutes. Or at night when you're sitting in bed and all these things are swirling in your head, just write them down. You have no idea the kind of relief you get when you put something down on paper. And then that morning or the next morning, you have all day to do those 3 things. And what that does is that gives you stability, and that gives you a win. And that's really just what the anchor method's all about. It's about creating stability when the world just refuses to slow down. It gives you space to process, to grieve, and eventually to heal. So before I go, I want to leave you with something, and it's just the idea that's central to everything that we believe in and everything the anchor method's built around. And that's simply this, that forward is progress. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be better tomorrow than you were today. You just have to keep moving, even if it's slow, even if it's messy. Forward is progress. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Stay safe and stay anchored.